I have been a massive follower of Eric's work for a number of years, and today's episodes will see us dive into things like, will AI replace teachers? What happens when you upload documents to AI? Like, can you go and search for other people's private documents?
So Eric, when would that have been? Sorry to interrupt. When would so in a kind of like so obviously I've got a kind of like timeline in my head of like
Yeah, yeah.
education technology.
Then there have been times where, budgets have dried up and who's one of the first persons to go? Well, a lot of times it's support staff, And so
Yeah,
Right.
I know I have a lot of friends who came out of the classroom, they went in to become an ed tech coach, and then I see them a couple of years later and I'm like, "Well, hey, how's it going?" "Oh, I'm back in the classroom,"
yeah,
because
yeah,
they cut that position, like I said,
Okay.
things come and go and come and go.
yeah.
And so here I am, moving into this, this role where now I'm really responsible for the technology of the district. And they say, "Oh, by the way, Eric, now you have no budget." Now, guess what? You don't have any money and you
Sure.
can't buy anything. And so I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? Abraham Lincoln has come to join us in class today, and you can ask him
Yes.
anything you want. You can interview him. And so basically, I'm going to tell Gemini or whatever to pretend to be Abraham Lincoln. And I
Mhm.
have a very detailed prompt, and we can talk about that because there are some completely understandable concerns and cautions when you're doing these sort of activities. And guys, history is messy. I mean, history is
Mhm.
messy. That's why you really shouldn't do these activities because, AI might get something wrong. It might have a bias, something like that might happen. And I appreciate that. I do. I acknowledge and appreciate that.
Mhm.
I would go the other way, though. I would say because AI can make mistakes, because it can have a bias, because things could be sensitive. The biggest reason is not the most exciting. It's data privacy protection.
Yeah.
About a couple months ago, Google announced that they have now made Gemini a part of the core services
Mhm.
in Google Workspace. And that
Yeah.
may not sound like much, but it's incredibly important.
So I'm thinking about if somebody, say, has put up a document that they have put into ChatGPT to say, read this and give me a summary.
Right.
Can somebody else in the like their neighbor, go on to Gemini and say, "Oh, give me my neighbor's data from this document"? How does that all work?